What's poppin'? Who's partying, everybody? Welcome to Why Wear Trash, where I wear trash. My name's Trash. I hope your day is straight trash. Today I'm gonna go out on a limb and live up to what I said in a previous video. That part was a joke. I'm actually going to go out on a limb and create some content that's atypical for this channel as of this momento, but I think we can go ahead and wean it in slowly. Wing them off? Wing them off? Do you wean a baby off of its mother, or do you wing it off? Let me know. I go over some anime, specifically some early 90s, late 2000s anime that I was a fan of in middle school, just like a bunch of y'all hopefully will have been as well. We're actually going to do a tier list on some of the cockiest characters in said anime and a few non-cocky ones as well, just thrown in to kind of switch it up. So let's see what's poppin'.
Sometimes you ain't about shit.
Why wear trash? That's my channel, man. I gotta stash away my heat, got hidden cabinets. You know it's vintage when I slang a vid, say not again. And oh, I'm chopping clips like Karate Man.
So I think it's only fair to start off with the downright daring Dragon Ball Z. I've got some notes here on a piece of my dad's mail. We're gonna go ahead and start off with Piccolo. Piccolo might be an unrated cockboy, but let me assure you, he's a cocky one, man. I tell you, Piccolo was damn sure of himself a few different times. Matter of fact, the first time we meet him, he was so sure he was just gonna ravish Raditz, and he didn't. Piccolo, I'm gonna go ahead and put him at. We're gonna put Piccolo at A. He's an A tier guy, not quite S, but more than a B. We're gonna go ahead and jump from there to Frieza, and I mean, we don't really need to go into it too much. I mean, he's a huge cock. You know, he never flexed his muscles all that much because he was so used to being more powerful than everybody else, and I didn't really feel like he wasn't even that braggadocious. He was most of the time just chilling and chuckling. He never really got mad until he got like cut in half. I'm gonna go ahead and put Frieza at a B. He's definitely insanely powerful, but he just wasn't that cocky. Decided to just throw a little Gohan in there for fun, and I think Gohan belongs it's just about as the bottom of the barrel as you can get. What is that, an F? I'm gonna have to review my my tier chart list. But yeah, I think Gohan belongs at the bottom of the tier list. He's not a cockboy at all. Goku. Controversial here. He's got a great soul and a great spirit, but he's a pretty cocky guy, man, especially when he gets done training. Remember when he fought the Ginyu Force? He's a cock! Also, you know, tends to let people go, and maybe that even in itself is a little cocky because he's so sure he can just beat them later, I guess, but it's also irresponsible. B. Vegeta. Oh my goodness God. S. How would he not be an S? That may be the singular most cocky character on this entire list. Vegeta literally let Cell become more powerful so he could beat Cell while Cell was more powerful, just to prove that he could do so. And then he lost. He's been humbled a few times, but did that ever change his cockiness? Ever? No. Not at all. S. Cell was pretty cocky, especially Perfect Cell, the Bug Cell, Imperfect Cell, or Mid Cell, whatever you want to call it, a stinger wielding one. He was not all that cocky. He was definitely very sure of his abilities, but he was mainly just focused on absorbing the androids. He really didn't. He skirted the Z Fighters the entire time. Imperfect Cell was just screaming all the darn time, and Perfect Cell was pretty damn cocky. I'll say that. A. Even though Perfect Cell has perfect in his name, you might think he belonged as an S tier, but he's also like the only character in Dragon Ball Z to actually get destroyed by like a big Kaioken blast, so he can never be an S. That's pretty whack. Everyone always survives those. We're jumping from DBZ to Naruto. We're jumping from DBZ to Naruto, and I'm gonna start with Naruto. Naruto is extremely cocky, but Naruto is compensating. Naruto has deeply seated issues with inferiority, so he's not a true all-out cock master. B. Now Sasuke. This boy spent his entire childhood getting shown up by his older brother. Then his older brother murders his father. Itachi gets the channel, he did his dad a favor. Murdered the rest of his family, and then Sasuke, after that, decides that he's just the greatest thing to ever walk the earth. Now, in order to put him in an S, his name is Sasuke, S. Neji, I just threw him in here to say it. He was insanely sure of himself, but again, he carries a lot of baggage, as does Sasuke. I excuse Naruto's baggage in terms of his cockiness. I don't excuse Sasuke's baggage in terms of his cockiness with Neji. I do excuse the baggage. Not all the way. He's still pretty cocky. Hey, Shikamaru, man, one of my personal favorite characters. He's down there with Gohan, man. What do we put Gohan at? F. Orochimaru, incredibly cocky. Incredibly. He came back to kill the third, lost his arms, found a way to get those back. He was a menace for a long time. Hey, flipping from there to Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm gonna start with the master. Maybe the only character cockier than Vegeta. Instantaneous, erroneous, copious, Yami, the Pharaoh, the cock master. And did he ever end up losing a duel? Like, ever? I know the thing with Kaiba when he was going to fall off the wall, but that was like Yugi kind of broke his concentration. He was going to knock Kaiba off the freaking wall. I don't think he ever lost a duel. He dueled Yugi at the end. Did he lose to Yugi at the end? I didn't really pay that much attention to the 5th season. First and second seasons are the best seasons of Yugi. Right there from Kaiba, man. And Kaiba, you almost have 2 S's in Yu-Gi-Oh right there, but Kaiba was insanely humbled and actually helped Yami beat that clown thing. So, A for Kaiba. He's not quite as cocky as the Pharaoh, man. Joey, same thing with Kaiba. Very cocky, very sure of himself. He's been humbled a few times. You know what? He's not quite as cocky as Kaiba, and Joey's fighting for all the right reasons. I'm going to give him a B. He gets a B. Weevil? Weevil's a twerp. Digimon. Ty was always my favorite character, but he's a grade A cock. Definitely a cock boy from start to jump. Ty's an A. And he doesn't back down from anybody. He always thinks he can win, even if he's not smart enough to win. And on top of that, Matt's a solid A as well. He's just as cocky as Ty. At least in the original series, he was a little more restrained. You know what? Matt's a B. He reminds me of Joey. Same haircut. Pokemon is the one anime I haven't much revisited in my adulthood. All the ones I just went over, I've revisited super heavily. I was real into Pokemon as a kid. These are the originals, Playboy. These are just Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That was more my bread and butter. All 4 Blue Eyes White Dragons, including the one Kaiba ripped. But the only one I'm going to rank out of Pokemon is Ash Ketchum. And I just always felt like he was like a little loudmouth, like a little punk. Like he was going to catch them all. Like every single one of them. Seriously? Like what are you building Noah's Ark over there? You're not going to catch them all. Ash Ketchum, name starts with an A. He seems like an A to me. He's an A grade cock. All these characters are really cool. So am I, and so are you guys. That video was the biggest pain in the ass I've had to edit so far. I'll catch y'all next time with a new piece. Peace.